Hello everybody, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. Welcome along, welcome back. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe, give us a thumbs up, hit the notifications bell, you'll get notified of any videos I put out, and all the rest. It all helps to promote the channel and get it out there. So, here we have now another delivery from DeAgostini of this beautiful Ferrari 330p4, and this is now part 19. This is my video part 19, where we're going to be looking, I think it's packs 21 on, I'm not sure, but as we always do when we get a new delivery, we're going to have a quick look through because this model is so very impressive. I like to show the parts as they come in. So as you can see here, we've got pack 21, and we have, I mean, this is just unbelievably nice. You can see we've got braided cables in there, or braided hose, should I say. We've got an oil filter by the look of it. There's another filter there. What's the other half of that? We've got some hoses here, some screws. That's pack 21. Where's pack 22? Here's 22. You can see here we've got a wishbone. We have a spring, a shock absorber, an upright, and some linkages there. So that's all very nice. So that's going to be the other side of the suspension. And then here's 23 here. So this is a drive shaft. There's a brake caliper and a brake cooling duct there. So that's all very nice. And then we've got 24. We have an anti-roll bar, a chassis member there, and a push rod or a linkage or something. There we've got some little nuts or little clips in there. That's very interesting. Some little sort of C-shaped clips. And then 25 is on a lovely big plastic sheet. I'm not sure what this is. Kind of looks like coils, but I'm not sure what it is. Maybe we do have 4 coils, I'm not sure. And then we've got here, this looks like part of the chassis or part of the space frame, some tiny little bits down there. And then in here we have 26, we have more chassis parts and some, I'm guessing that's chassis parts or hoses or something down there. And then of course we get the lovely magazines as well. So, not quite sure at this point, obviously it will say in the title, but I'm not quite sure at this point what we're actually going to be doing in this one. So we've got here 21. So as usual, what we'll do is we'll start off by looking at the magazine, as we always do, and go from there. We'll get the parts all put away. That's pack 20, there's 21. 21 will be at the bottom, but we'll get pack 21 over there, and we'll put all the rest away. Okay, so we'll have a look at pack 21. If you want to get one of these, in the description below the video there is a link. It is a very nice model indeed. It's turning out. You can see here is the, you'll see more of this in a minute. Here you can see the engine with the fuel injection and the lines and everything. It's becoming a beautiful model, which just looks like it's going to be very impressive when it's done. So, coming over the page here, we have all the contact details and anything for you if you need to get in touch with them. I haven't had to use them myself, but I hear DeAgostini customer service is very good. Reims 1964, first win for the 250 LN. Another 250. There's lots of Ferrari 250s, isn't there? 6 GTOs no less. So there you go. Beautiful. And then we've got the race winner there, I'm guessing. Yeah, we're going to win the race. There we are. And here we have the 365 GT4 Berlinetta Boxer central engine. At the end of 1972, following Pininfarima's success at the Turin Motor Show the previous year, production of the 365 GT4 was started at a rate of 1 a day. There we go. Beautiful old car. It's flat 12. That's what the Berlinetta Boxer stands for. There you can see the flat 12 engine there, which carried on its similar guise into the Testarossa, not to be confused with the V12 as you find in the 412. There's a cutaway of the car there. And there's the real thing, looking absolutely gorgeous. What a beautiful car that is. Okay, and then here we have all the parts that we've got for step 21, or pack 21. And here you can see we've got the instructions on how we're going to fit it all. So what we'll do, we'll move the engine out of the way. Get the magazine over there. In fact, what I'm going to do is put the engine over here out of the way so we can get the magazine up there, because we don't want the screen to be full of magazine, do we? We want it to be full of parts. So let's have a look at what we're doing here. We're going to cut the top off the bag. We'll get the little plastic tray out. There's some loose screws there. Okay, so you always get these little plastic trays, which is great because it goes in the recycling. Better than plastic bags. Other partworks manufacturers seems to use lots and lots and lots and lots of plastic bags, which is not great. And here we've got these plastic trays. We've got 3 lots of screws. So you can see here we've got 3 braided hoses, oil filters. Yeah. The other good thing with these plastic trays, of course, you can see straight away if you've got an empty pocket, then you've got missing parts. So we'll tip these parts out on the bench like that, and then we'll put the trays back together. It takes up less room in the recycling bin. Super glue over there I've knocked over. Right, so here we have what's this? BM screws. Yep, we have AP screws and AM screws. So we're going to have to do some thread cutting in this one, I think. So we'll get all the parts over there out of the way, and then we'll come over here and we will say, okay, take the 2 cylinder head fittings 21E and 21F. They are marked left and right. Okay, so left and right. Put them as they are in the manual. Retrieve the engine and gearbox assembled with the previous issue. Lightly press the fittings onto the front of the cylinder heads as shown in photo B. So we're going to take the engine. Okay, so this one is right. Okay, remember that, although that's left as you're looking at it now, it's the right side of the engine. So that one's going to go into there. And then this one is the left, and that one's going to go into there. Like so. And what we're going to do is grab the engine nice and firmly and push those in. There we go. It's so nice to have these press fit parts and not have to super glue everything. I'm sure you all know what I'm referring to, but it's so nice to not have to super glue everything in place all the time with very, very sloppy fits. Take the 2 oil filter parts, press them together. Okay, so we've got the 2 oil filter parts, we're just going to press them together. Insert the L-shaped end of the hose 21L into the side of the oil filter as shown. So we're going to put those 2 together. Again, they're just going to clip together like that. And then we're going to take the L-shaped end of the hose 21L. So I'm assuming this one here is 21L. Insert it into the side of the oil filter, insert the L-shaped end. Hang on a minute. Right, so we're going to do this one step at a time. So that one's going to go into there. Look at that, that's lovely with those little nuts and everything on there and the braided hose. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, and then we're going to take the L-shaped end of the hose 21H into the top of the oil filter. So 21H. So I'm assuming this one here is 21H. Yes, because this one has an odd end on it. Okay, so we're going to take the L-shaped end of 21H, and it looks like both of these ends are the same. Oh no, one has a hole, one has a pin, so that's going to be this end. And this one is going to go into there like that. Top hole of the oil filter. Okay, so that's going to go into there like that. There we go, that's gone in there. And then we're going to take the L-shaped end of 21G into the last hole. So we don't have an L-shaped end. That one's going to go into there like that and point downwards. So they've got it there anyway. It's going to get away in the fitting, but retrieve the right rear frame, place it next to the oil filter just as assembled. Orientated as shown, insert the 2 pins on the filter into the holes at the front of the chassis and fix the assembly in place from the inside with 2 AP screws. So we're going to get this engine out of the way. We're going to grab this chassis from here, which I've still got in its box. Excuse me sniffing guys, I've got a cold again. There's a lot of it about. So this is going this way round, and then this is going to go. Okay, what I want to look at here is how they've got this hose here. They've got it that way around. Okay, so it's that way. So we need to make sure that we get these hoses right. You can see it in this picture here. So that one there is now facing up like that. About 1 o'clock. This one here is over like that. at about 3 o'clock or even 4 o'clock, and then that one there, it looks like they've got it like that, but they can all be adjusted as we go. So we're going to get a couple of AP screws, if the bag will open, get a couple of those out, put one back, I'll just put it like that. Okay, and then we're going to grab a little screwdriver. That's how I keep knocking my super glue over it. Should have put it back in the drawer. So we'll arm the screwdriver, and then we will take the oil filter and place it in position. That's going. So looking at it like that, this one's going like that, and that is going through there. Okay, so that's how that's going, right. Okay, and then we're going to just plonk a screw into there, just like so. And we can see how beautifully detailed this model is. It really is. Very nice indeed. There we go, that's that screw in there. Just like so. There we go. Okay, so keep that there. I'm going to keep the screws in their relative bags. So that's gone in like that, as you can see in that picture there. And we've got these hoses on the inside and the outside of the chassis respectively. Place the right rear frame close to the right side of the engine and gearbox assembly, orientating it as shown. Fit the free end of the 55mm piece of brake hose into the hole in the chassis, photo A. Fit the free end of the brake hose into the hole in the chassis, photo A. I think they mean the pin. I don't think they mean the hole, I think they mean the pin. So we're going to get the engine like this. We've got this brake hose. Yes. Okay, so that is a brake hose. So that's going to go onto there like that. Okay. Attach the chassis to the engine gearbox assembly so that it matches the two cross members 17A and 17D, as well as the bracket 20E. Photo B. So it's got to go in like that. I think I've already got the threads cut. I've already done them. That drive shaft has got to come through there. I'm going to make that brake hose go around there. I'll go through the drive shaft hole. There we go. Okay, so how is this all going to link up here? I can't see because of the light. I can't see what they're showing us here. I'm going to do this off camera, guys, but basically what we're going to do is put this onto here with some screws. Are they showing us here how it goes? So we're going to make sure these hoses are all free. Okay. Now, they keep moving these hoses in the photos, don't they? Okay, so that's going to clear that one. So it looks like they're all going off. All these hoses are going off to the front. This pipe here, I'm going to make sure it's clear there. What's that there? That looks like a hose. No, they do actually have a hose coming backwards underneath that screw hole. So that's going to go in there like that. Okay, so we're going to bring that hose down They haven't been very clear with this instructions, I must be honest. I wish they'd been more clear. Okay, so they've got that hose down here, look. And then this hose here, I'm guessing, is just going to, so that we can always pull that through later. I mean, all of these hoses can be removed and rerouted and everything if we need to. They've now got that one there facing forward. They keep moving them around. And then the one on the back is going forward as well. Okay, so attach the there's one BM screw. So I'm going to put that one in first. This is not going to be easy because it all just wants to fall apart. This is the thing, when you get complexity, beautiful detail and everything, this is what you get. It's not going to fall together like Lego. It's going to be a demanding, interesting build. So there's one BM screw down here at the back. Okay, so that's going to go into there. Okay, and that's pulled that in. Right, and then we've got AM screws. I've already cut all these threads, luckily. When we did it on the other side, I must have done all these as well. So we're going to put one AM screw back in the bag. Come here. That's the thing with having no fingernails. Right, we're going to arm the screwdriver. Okay, get that screw straight on there. And I'm going to get one here up the front, get it done out of the way. Oh, go in the bloody hole, go on. Right, there you go. Okay, so that one's in there. And then we've got an AM screw. We've got one there. It's got three here, so we've got one there. It's going into there. This is going together a lot easier than the car I was working on yesterday. And then we got one in there, going into the side of the bell housing. And then finally, we've got one there going into the back side of the bell housing. Or is it another cross member? I think it's another cross member, isn't it? So there we go. Now I think this is all right. At the end of the day, we will know when we see it. They've got that hose there. I've got that trapped between the starter motor. They've got that hose there is coming down. Grab my tweezers. That hose there is. Oh, come here. That's how they've got that one. And then that hose there is also coming down and out of the bottom. Like so. There we go. Just looking at it here, how they've got it. And the rest of it is great. The rest of it's good to go. So there we are. We have a lovely, lovely looking model. That brake hose there I'm going to put behind that pipe. That looks a lot more realistic. So there we are. How lovely is that? So we started building up the space frame. We've got a royal filter in here, braided hosing and all sorts. It really is coming together to make a beautiful model. I'll see you all soon, guys, for part 19. We've got these two hoses here left which we haven't fitted. So they're going to be fitted up probably in the next part or two. So we'll go from there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.